Day Northwest is sponsored by Advantage Legal Group.
It's a new day all over.
As the economy improves kind of slowly, more people are having trouble holding on to their homes. A little-known Washington state law can help people facing foreclosure and bankruptcy. Jonathan Smith from Advantage Legal Group is here with more. Welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Good to see you. These are still tough times for a lot of people. We forget that, you know, as some people are finding recovery, not everybody is. You have another client success story to share with us today. Tell me a bit about this.
Yeah, and of course the first thing I have to remind everybody is that although past results are not necessarily indicative of future results, so everybody's situation is different. But I have with me today Ronaldo, and Ronaldo is a person who is in a mortgage at about 7%, 30-year fixed.
Oh, wow.
He was in financial trouble and applied for a mortgage modification 7 times and was turned down 7 times. Finally, the bank was moving to foreclose, and he came to us, and we entered him into the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act mediation program that's run by the Washington State Department of Commerce. And in so doing, we were able to get his loan modified down to 2% for the first 5 years of the loan.
Wow. Going
up to 3% for year 6. Then it goes up to 3.5% for year 7 through the remainder of the loan. Took his payment from $1,255 a month down to $662 a month, which was a 47% drop in his payment.
So keeping him in his home, and for the bank, keeping payments coming in.
Correct, and getting him current again so that he's not worried about losing his home and where he's going to be living next year.
Let's talk about the act again, the state law that you mentioned coming out of the Commerce Department. We still find that people don't always know what that is or what their rights are underneath.
Right. The Washington State Department of Commerce that oversees the act estimates that 90% of the people who would have been eligible to avail themselves of this process since it went into effect in July of 2011, 90% of them failed to do so, primarily because they don't even know about it. And the banks don't tell you about it. When you're talking to your bank, they're probably pretty much going to tell you you can try their internal modification, a HAMP modification, do a short sale, a deed in lieu, or they're going to foreclose. And those
But why wouldn't they tell you about this if it is something that will get them paid back eventually?
Well, the banks are generally not the bank that owns your loan. Most of the banks you're dealing with, whether it's GMAC, B of A, Chase, Wells Fargo, whoever, are usually just the servicer. They don't make much by doing a loan modification for you. They make thousands of dollars potentially by doing a foreclosure. Plus, on a foreclosure, they get TARP funds. There might be private mortgage insurance and those types of things. So there isn't a lot of incentive to do modifications, I don't think. So they tend not to.
Now, you helped Ronaldo also file for Chapter 13 bankruptcy in addition to these things that happened with this mortgage. Why did you decide to go that route?
Well, in this case, because his mortgage is actually greater than what the value of the house is. In other words, he owes more on the first mortgage than the house is worth. In those situations, we can put somebody into a Chapter 13 bankruptcy and strip off the second mortgage altogether. The second mortgage in his case is about $64,000, and the payment was about $700 a month. In addition, he had about $16,000 in credit card debt, and will be able to discharge the credit card debt at the end of the Chapter 13 along with the second mortgage. This takes his overall debt structure per month from just about $2,500 a month down to $662 a month, which is an $1,800 reduction in his monthly expenses. And in today's environment, that makes all the difference in the world between, you know, struggling from month to month and having some breathing room and beginning to be able to continue to save for retirement in the future.
In the meantime, Ronaldo is in our audience today. How did this feel to get out from under some of that debt?
I just feel really great because I just come like alive again. So I just try to get information. So I'm lucky because I met Jonathan through one of my buddies. So, and that's how I hired this lawyer for to get my case. So, and everything worked out really good finally. But we went through more than 2 years through the loans, and we just tried to go one time, another time, and was frustrated because every time we submit all the papers, those guys denied. So until finally we get results, and it was very good. So I feel very good right now. So, and I really can say to anybody who is in trouble right now for the same like as me. So just call to a lawyer or just find any information you might be able to find on the internet or through the website. So, and then just go for something good. So
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
We appreciate that. I mean, the amount of time people spend in this circumstance and the toll it takes on them is really remarkable.
It's very tough on marriages. It's very tough on individuals. It's being in debt for anybody that's there can tell you that it's just not fun whatsoever.
Now, you wanted to make a point that obviously bankruptcy is the last thing. You don't want to do that until you absolutely have to. That's not what anybody wants to do. But you might consider it if you are only able to make minimum payments and are unable to get ahead, if you're subject to collection attempts by creditors, which is no fun, or if you're facing foreclosure, short sale, or garnishment, or lawsuit. So those are the conditions under which bankruptcy might be something to consider,
Something
correct?
to consider, yeah. And we go over all that at my seminar. We go over that and a lot more.
Right.
Different
Because it's not
strategies.
pain-free. You've got to, build yourself back up after that's done.
Correct. So it gives people an opportunity to come and sit in an anonymous situation for free and get a whole lot of information. The seminar is just a little under 2 hours, and it's packed full of information on what you can do under the Washington state law, what you can do under federal law, and other various programs in order to get yourself out of your current situation. So it's well worth it. And then we offer a free one-on-one consultation to everybody. So they want to come in and present their personal financial situation. We can go over that and their specific situation with them on a one-on-one basis.
Right, which is so important because as we started out saying, everybody's situation's a little bit different. Thank you so much for sharing these. Thank you, Ronaldo. There are 2 free upcoming foreclosure defense seminars. One takes place tomorrow night at 7 at the Tacoma Convention Center, and the other takes place Saturday morning at 10 at the Coast Bellevue Hotel. We posted information online about the seminars and the other ways Advantage Legal Group can help you. We'll be right back.